Welcome to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan, where we're going to cast and blast you right out of this world with some of the best hunting and fishing stories that you can't even imagine.
Welcome to Fish Hunt Talk Radio. This is John Hennigan, and we have our host, Mr. Frank Selby, the world-renowned fly fishing angler. Frank, interesting times we're living in.
Yeah, it's really hard times. I swear I am going nuts, but the fishing game is really getting pounded. And, you know, it's not their fault that they're getting over 1,000 calls a day.
Wow.
And as soon as they know something, they're going to tell us. And they are a hard-working group of people, so I don't think we should give them a bad time. Let them get their job done. What do you think, John?
Well, I'd say there's some of the things that they're planning and proposing I didn't agree with, but they backed down and they're going to allow us to continue fishing. That fishing game. Now, the problem is that the Fishing Game Commission has to answer to legislators and the bureaucrats.
You know, the federal, yeah.
Yeah, well, our state. If they just leave them alone and do their job, I think it'd be great. They've done a tremendous job in bringing back a lot of species that were on the brink of extinction. But, anyway, so yes.
And how are you doing? And it is really tough trying to do everything every day the same and then be stuck in the house and try to work. That is the hardest thing I have ever done.
Real quickly, we're not in the studio. The studio management decided that they really don't want to have the studio open to people. So we're working like everybody else. We're working off-site. So if the audio isn't perfect, we apologize for that. But we got some interesting things to talk about, and I like to find sort of positive things because it's obviously we're affected, but you know, people are getting pounded.
Well, guys, I tell you what, let's leave it there for now. We've got Mark Lesane coming up next, and we're going to go for a quick break. Fish Hunt Talk Radio. We'll be right back.
A few years ago, a sailor set out to design a boat shoe that was comfortable and stable, non-skid, and wouldn't mark the decks. Today, these incredibly comfortable shoes are worn by anglers, boaters, professional guides, and charter captains. Go to softscience.com to see more. Soft Science shoes and boots are lightweight and shock absorbent with just the right level of support. Several styles come in all sizes. Enjoy the Soft Science shoe in the water and out. Check them out at softscience.com.
It's time for you to take a real fun adventure. Join a hosted fishing adventure to Alaska or Baja with the staff of Fish Talk Radio. Real Fun Adventures can book you on any adventure you desire. Bring your fishing friends or meet new ones. Fish Talk Radio gets the best deals from our sponsors to give you the best possible price. Real Fun trips are inclusive, easy, no-worry packages to the most popular fish grounds. Trips start around $600. Go to REELfunadventures.com.
If you are still using a plastic hard-shell cooler, things have changed for the better. AO coolers are lighter with twice the efficiency of the traditional bulky coolers. AO coolers are the best available soft-sided cooler with 3/4-inch high-density closed-cell foam insulation. They will keep ice frozen for 24 hours in hot weather. Easy to carry, less space, it fits product inside for better performance. Go to aocoolers.com to order or find a retailer. Available at West Marine.
We have something new and exciting for all fishermen and fisherwomen, from 5 to 12-year-old boys and girls to teenagers and adults. Join the Unreal Fish Tales Fresh and Saltwater Fishing Club to get an amazing 50% discount on all Unreal rods and reels, 40% discount on all apparel, and 30% discount on all Unreal mounts. This monthly Fresh and Saltwater video contest has a cash prize up to $2,500. Members who join our Unreal Fish Tales Club anytime this holiday season will receive a free Unreal Fishtails shirt or hat of their choice. Go to our website at fishtails.com to join. It's unreal.
Fish have tails. Do you have a real fish tail to share? Unreal Fish Tales wants to post it. Go to unrealfishtails.com. Real is spelled with a double E. Join the club and win big money with your short videos. No matter what, you win with half price on all quality reels and rods, plus huge discounts and accessories. Perfect gift for anglers. Check out the website now at unrealfishtails.com.
Catch 'em shallow, I can catch 'em deep. Open water or the back of the creek. Wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan.
Welcome to Fish Hunt Talk Radio. And we have with us, of course, our host, Frank Selby, and expert fly fishing angler. And he's got a store that makes flies. You can't walk in there right now, but you just give them a call, and they are still working hard building custom flies. So if whatever your proclivity is, he can take good care of you. Anyway, welcome, Frank.
Nice to be here.
We also have someone we haven't talked to for a little while, and I'm ashamed to say that. Great guy by the name of Mark Lassane. He's editor of Bass Angler Magazine, and let's see if he's got some good news for us. Morning,
hey,
Mark.
Guys.
Afternoon.
Yeah, good news is that the fish are biting. So if you can find a place to get out and go fishing, the fish are biting right now. It's a good time of year to go fishing and catch a few fish.
Well, I mean, the other thing is if you've been kind of holed up, you need to, get your attitude brought back up. You need to get on the water. And how safe is it to be on the water, or on a boat in the water? You're not going to get any disease out there, I'll tell you. Just to get
for sure. I don't know what you can catch besides fish out there, out in your boat. Especially if you're out there by yourself or somebody that lives in your house with you. So fishing is just such a really a great relief and a stress relief and kind of you take yourself out of your normal environment and you're out and really it's just you and the outdoors and you and fishing and you kind of leave everything else behind. So it's really a great avenue, even if you've never been fishing before, just get yourself a rod and reel combo and, get some worms and a bobber and go sit out on a bank and, away from some other people and just be out there, I guess kind of be one with the fish and just to enjoy the time out in the outdoors.
Well, Mark, we like to call it attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
And I know. When you spend a few hours out on the water, and when you come back in, you're just kind of in a different mood, in a different place. It takes a day to readjust.
It does, and I know so many people are cooped up in their house and, a lot of them don't, really don't have a whole lot to do besides, watch TV or play games or, and all that.
Or tie flies.
You could tie flies, sure. That's probably something that when I get my garage done, I'll get me a little fly tying advice and I'll start working on that. I might hit you up for some advice and figure out what to get there, Frank.
Anytime. You and me both love the bass fish. And I think that is one of the most relaxing things. And I honestly, right now, there are a few little ponds around that aren't closed that you can walk around, do some casts, catch a few bass. Oh, I miss our chance to go fishing this year, but we're going to do it sometime. Am I lying or am I dying?
I'm sure we'll get out Hey, you make flies for bass also there, Frank?
Yes, I'm known for my crawdad patterns. I have a couple of really neat patterns for largemouth bass. Dave Whitlock, he makes a couple really good bass patterns. So do I. And then there's one of his and mine that looks so much alike. We don't know who stole the pattern from who.
Well, I'm sure, like myself and all the listeners, we'd like to figure out where do we get these flies? I mean, is there a website online we can go look and pick them out, or do we call you and get them custom made? Or
sure, there's a lot of places. Almost any fly shop that a small fly shop do a lot of their tie-in in-house. Not all of them, but a lot of us. And any of them people you can call, they will tie your flies and mail them to you. And especially right now, the way everything is.
Sure. Yeah, I bet they're probably chomping at the bit to make some flies.
Yeah. My 3 patterns I go to at the Fred Hall Show every year is the striper fly, the perch fly. We do a really good perch sunfish pattern and a bluegill pattern that works really good for largemouth bass. And the striper fly will catch largemouth bass. They're look a little bit like a shad pattern, but they are great to fish with.
And you also make a craw pattern?
A crawdad pattern. Actually, I will mail you a couple. And what I used to do with the kids, I had a little Mitchell bamboo spinning outfit, which is right now up in Santa Barbara being re-wrapped with a little tiny Mitchell. What do they call that? I forget the number. But we put a light split shot on it, throw it out with the crawdad pattern close to shore, especially during the spotting season when they're sitting on the nest, and a female will go 4 feet out from her bed to grab that crawdad pattern to kill it, so it won't get her eggs or babies.
I bet. I was fishing up here at one of these mother-lode lakes like New Maloney's, and the guy I was fishing with pulled out this crawdad fly that he made up. And, he caught a giant fish on that, bigger than anything else we caught. And it was just a real little teeny bait, looked like a little crawfish, but it was a fly-tied one. And he put a little split shot on it and drug it around and, really caught a really nice bass on it. And ever since then, and I don't know why that I don't have them, ever since then I was thinking, wow, I would like to get some of those. And I bet they, would work pretty good on a consistent basis.
They do. Actually, a lot of times when nobody else is popping the tank good. Now, this is not always true, but sometimes you guys beat the hell out of me at the Fred Hall Show. And so once in a blue moon, I got like 15 takes on the first cast. And one of my buddies, and I won't mention his name, he's a great bass fisherman. Actually, there's 2 of them. Both of them won the championship. And they gave me a bad time. But I said, but look how many times you guys kicked my backside. They go, oh, that's true. Mark, even an old dog gets a bone once in a while.
Mark, the situation we're in is not going to last forever. Over the next couple of months, what's the fishing look like, and maybe some tips?
Well, right now the fish are moving up to spawn. Just all across the West Coast, these fish are moving up to spawn. Not all of them are spawning, so you definitely don't have to fish for them on the bed. And there's probably a few of them that are done because when I was out, I haven't been out for a couple of weeks, but a couple weeks ago when I was out. There was quite a few fish up spawning, so some of those fish are done. So there's some ways to fish for them. One way is to throw a crankbait or a spinnerbait, a moving bait. A lot of times, especially with the low light conditions, you'll
Mark,
use that.
I got a curious question. During spawning, now,
John, let me just jump in here. We're just about out of time in this segment. Let's be sure we get out Mark's website, bassanglermag.com. Is that right, Mark?
Yes, sir. bassanglermag.com.
That's a place
Mark,
to go.
Greatly appreciate you coming on, Mark. You're the man.
Hang on, Bo.
Thanks,
Let's
guys.
get
Hang
out there
on a
and
minute.
pick up a Bass Angler magazine and follow the tips.
All right. Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Mark Sidney from Costa Rica. Be sure and stay tuned.
Hey, I know I done lost another one. Going fishing. Dang, yellow flies and fishing. Oh, Lord. Honey, that sounds like rain. Hurry up, woman. Get the youngins. Let's go.
We have something new and exciting for all fishermen and fisherwomen, from 5 to 12-year-old boys and girls to teenagers and adults. Join the Unreal Fish Tales Fresh and Saltwater Fishing Club to get an amazing 50% discount on all Unreal rods and reels, 40% discount on all apparel, and 30% discount on all Unreal mounts. This monthly Fresh and Saltwater video contest has a cash prize up to $2,500. Members who join our Unreal Fish Tales Club anytime this holiday season will receive a free Unreal Fish Tales shirt or hat of their choice. Go to our website at unrealfishtales.com to join. It's unreal.
Fish have tails. Do you have an Unreal Fish Tale to share? Unreal Fish Tales wants to post it. Go to unrealfishtales.com. Real is spelled with a double E. Join the club and win big money with your short videos. No matter what, you win with half price on all quality reels and rods, plus huge discounts and accessories. Perfect gift for anglers. Check out the website now at unrealfishtales.com.
Fish on!
It's a big one.
For passionate sports fishermen who value first-class fishing experiences paired with personalized service and amenities, all-inclusive Salmon Falls Fishing Resort on the Inland Passage reinvents the Ketchikan fishing getaway. Guests enjoy exceptional gourmet cuisine, superior fishing excursions, fully guided charter or self-guided in center console boats accommodating 3 anglers, updated guest rooms and suites, on-site fishing processing to clean, freeze, and pack your catch. Rooms range from log cabin rustic to modern. Our 52 rooms offer the ultimate in comfort after a long day of sightseeing, fishing, and exploring Ketchikan. Non-anglers love Salmon Falls too. Shopping along Creek Street, kayaking, hiking, whale watching, or gathering around our fire pits with a hot beverage, all at prices less than expected. Just pull up Salmon Falls Resort in your search engine.
The East Cape of Baja, Mexico is world famous for sport fishing. Dorado, tuna, wahoo, marlin, sailfish, roosterfish, and pargo. The Van Wormer Resorts make dreams come true at a price all can afford. Hotel Palmas de Cortez, Playa del Sol, and Hotel Punta Colorado have the biggest and best sport fishing fleet in all of Mexico. Call toll-free to 877-777-TUNA to find out how affordable world-class fishing can be. The finest resorts and the best boats in East Cape. Call 877-777-TUNA.
Vagabundos Del Mar Boat and Travel Club has 42 years experience introducing RVers to the joys of Mexico. Specializing in Baja, Vagabundos leads caravans and sponsors fishing tournaments, trailer boat cruises, and weekend getaways in Mexico and the West. Vagabundos Del Mar also saves its 10,000 members tons of money on low-cost auto insurance. Stay up to date on Mexican travel with the printed newsletter online at vagabundos.com or call 800-474-BAJA.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan.
Welcome to Fish Hunt Talk Radio. And we have now, live and direct from Costa Rica, Mark Sidney, who is the man behind Americana Sport Fishing. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, John. It's always a pleasure. Hope everybody's safe and well.
All right. Well, I got a lot of questions. We don't have a lot of time. But give us an idea what's happening in Costa Rica. My understanding is that this virus seems to be a lot less invasive in Central America than it is up here. So give us an idea.
In terms of time lag, we're behind.
Yeah.
Although it's suggested that, that everybody says the crunch will really come, see what happens the last week of April, first week in May.
Yeah.
That's what medical authorities predict. If anything's going to happen, that's when.
Yeah. Well, it's we should be reaching a plateau. It's, a lot of people that have contacted, it takes 2 or 3 weeks for it to manifest. So that's, I think with all the controls we have on now, we should be on the downhill slide here in the next month. But anyway, if you're going to Costa Rica, you probably want to make a little bit of advance reservations, and we don't know for sure, but we suspect within the next couple of months you'll be able to get down there and get on a charter boat. What do you think?
Okay, everything's closed down until the end of this month, and then we'll see what can be done.
Yeah.
In terms of chartering, of course, the marinas are closed to charters, any kind. Owners can take their boats out with immediate families, but that's it, not even friends.
Yeah.
Are allowed.
Yeah.
And so tourism has basically come to a standstill. The borders are closed. No national can leave, or only Costa Rican residents and citizens can travel in and out. No one else can. And it's the same. If you're coming from abroad, mandatory 2-week quarantine.
Oh, wow. Well, probably not a good time to go down there right now. But like I said, hopefully in the next couple of months. Can people start making reservations now?
Yeah, people can start making reservations, although I suggest they do them, for later rather than sooner in terms of looking at July and August rather than May or June.
Right.
I don't want to be a foul weather spokesperson, but better to be safe than to be sorry at this time.
Yeah. And, the other thing is just getting flights, because the airlines don't even know what they're going to be doing, and you don't want to get down there and not get back.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fishing here, as you know, John, is always good.
Yeah.
The only thing is that there are peaks, right? There are always billfish off Costa Rica's Pacific coast. There's always great inshore fishing, 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you got a lot of sailfish down there, don't you?
Yep.
And the other thing is that Frank Selby, who's our host, is a fly fishing fanatic, and that's becoming very popular down there. And maybe you and Frank can talk about it.
Sounds like a good idea.
A lot of people come down here to fish on the fly. I mean, catching a sailfish on the fly or marlin on the fly, and even roosters and inshore species can be caught on the fly. There are a lot of very experienced fly fishing charter captains. Most boats don't carry their own equipment, so best that you bring yours down if you want to fish on the fly. But the captain can advise on weight, colors, flies, poppers, etc.
Right. And this is the fall is a good time to go. It's what you guys they call it the dry season and the wet rainy season, and it's in our summertime is when it's the rainy season.
Yeah, it usually rains here. The rains sort of begin mid-May. They go through June. Basically, the rains are much like a pattern in South Florida. Gorgeous mornings. It'll cloud over, rain a bit in the afternoon. Then the rains are over, and lovely, cool, refreshing evenings.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, in July, is sort of what is called here the Veranilla de San Juan, which is an Indian summer. So for a couple of weeks, the rain seemed to stop.
Yeah.
The rain seemed to stop. And then after that, the end of July, they build up again. September and October are the rainiest months. But that's okay even for fishing, because once you get offshore, you don't find much rain.
Yeah.
And I don't know, so I don't care.
Well, you know, I have a theory that you always have better luck fishing from a boat when it's raining, because all the fish hide under the boat to get out of the rain.
Yeah. They need a drink of fresh water, right?
Yeah. But anyway, so it's all good and everything just like everywhere else. Pretty much the rest of the world, we're all in the same situation. But start thinking about booking something in August, September, November, and even in December and January is great.
Yeah. Now's the time to book for December, January. That's the peak period here, especially from mid-December through to Easter time, because there is a world-class billfish, especially sailfish bite off Costa Rica's central.
Well, the other thing I'll mention real quick is, you know, Costa Rica sounds exotic, but it's so easy to get there. You know, the major airport is right at the top of the hill, San Jose, and then you just take a van down. You know, it's about 45 minutes or so to the Pacific, and up and down that Pacific coast. You know, you got Sueño and Jaco and Capos, and it's incredible fishing.
It's great fishing, and they're really fine, world-class captains. Charter captains. I mean, these guys.
Well, you got some beautiful boats down there.
Interesting. Good boats. Very interesting because
I remember in the harbor in Los Sueños. I think Los Sueños. Am I thinking wrong? In the marina.
Los Sueños?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, Los Sueños. But what's been really interesting over the last 10 years is that the first people to begin and sport fishing charters here were mainly Americans and some Brits. But this was 25, 30 years ago. But in the interim, local young guys who became their mates are now tremendous captains. You have a whole generation of really fine Costa Rican captains.
Yeah, well, they got the marina down there. They got the boats all stacked up, and you see one that doesn't look that big, but it's 120 foot, but it's parked next to a 300-foot yacht. So it is amazing. Of course, you probably won't be taking those out fishing unless you got a couple of dollars in your pocket. But they do have great boats and a reasonable price. And the other thing, Mark,
boats
is you don't have to go 10, 20 miles offshore either.
No, that's a great thing about Costa Rica. I mean, basically, when the bite's on, you don't have to go very far out. There's a big drop. Let's say the shelf isn't all that far, right, where you get out to blue water. So basically, in the high season, you travel out 40, 45 minutes, and you're on the bite.
Yeah.
And,
you get a full day's in before you wake up.
Travel.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the best time you...
Which is in the north. Hello.
Go ahead. We got you. Go ahead.
Wondering what was the best time to come fishing down there, you would suggest, and how to get in touch.
Well, if you want billfish, the best time is January through March. Those 3 months. Those are the peak months. You probably know the world famous billfish tournament, the Los Sueños Triple Crown, signature Triple Crown. Well, they have their 3 legs at that time for a good reason, right? That's when the fish are around.
Hey guys, let me jump in here real quick. We just got about a minute left. Let's go ahead and get Mark's website and phone number contact out real quick. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, it's easy. FishCostaRica.com. Nothing easier than that.
Oh, yeah.
And the phone, 1-800-407-9438.
That's pretty easy, too.
There every day.
All right. So FishCostaRica.com. We're getting out of here, but I just want to throw in, you got some incredible rooster fishing down there, too.
Yep.
Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and make our break here. We've got Russell Thomas coming up next. Hope everybody can stay tuned. This is Fish Hunt Talk Radio.
The road stretches for miles in front of you, and with the Ram 1500, you'll be able to reach mile after open mile. It gets a best-in-class 25 miles per gallon highway, so your destination won't just be determined by your gas gauge, but by your gauge for achievement. And the Ram 1500 is the first ever back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Guts, glory, Ram. See your local Ram dealer today for great deals. EPA estimated 25 mpg highway based on V6 4x2.
A full-service fly shop, His and Her Fly Fishing, offers FFI certified international fly fishing instructor and guide service with Frank Selby. Listen to Frank as host of FishHuntTalkRadio.com or listen live Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on Sirius XM Radio Channel 211. Custom flies are handmade to your order in-house in Newport Beach. Fishing in Mexico, Belize, Florida, or the Rockies, Frank and the staff will deliver exactly what you need. Flies and gear. Google His and Her Fly Fishing. Alaskan RV Butler. Guiding, fishing, hiking, sightseeing, adventure. The Alaskan RV Butler. Like a cruise on wheels in the comfort of an RV. View the wonders of Alaskan interior, streams, ocean, and wildlife. Or fish for the big one, all while pampered by Mike, the Alaskan RV Butler. Mike's inclusive tours serve butter-drenched shellfish and mouth-watering steaks. Mike is your personal chef, chauffeur, guide, and planner. And for the real Alaska, contact MikeRVButler@gmail.com. That's MikeRVButler@gmail.com.
We have something new and exciting for all fishermen and fisherwomen, from 5 to 12-year-old boys and girls to teenagers and adults. Join the Unreal Fish Tales Fresh and Saltwater Fishing Club to get an amazing 50% discount on all Unreal rods and reels, 40% discount on all apparel, and 30% discount on all Unreal mounts. This monthly Fresh and Saltwater video contest has a cash prize up to $2,500. Members who join our Unreal Fish Tales Club anytime this holiday season will receive a free Unreal Fish Tales shirt or hat of their choice. Go to our website at unrealfishtales.com to join. It's unreal.
Fish have tails. Do you have an unreal fish tale to share? Unreal Fish Tales wants to post it. Go to unrealfishtales.com. Real is spelled with a double E. Join the club and win big money with your short videos. No matter what, you win with half price on all quality reels and rods, plus huge discounts and accessories. Perfect gift for anglers. Check out the website now at unrealfishtales.com.
It's time for you to take a real fun adventure. Join a hosted fishing adventure to Alaska or Baja with the staff of Fish Talk Radio. Real Fun Adventures can book you on any adventure you desire. Bring your fishing friends or meet new ones. Fish Talk Radio gets the best deals from our sponsors to give you the best possible price. Real Fun trips are inclusive, easy, no-worry packages to the most popular fish grounds. Trips start around $600. Go to REELFunadventures.com.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan.
This is John Hennigan, and of course our host Frank Selby. And we have on the line with us a BIP from Ketchikan, Russell Thomas. His family owns 3 tremendous resorts up there. And Russell, if you won't mind, just start off by describing your operation up there.
Yeah, like you mentioned, we have 3 resorts that we run out of the Ketchikan area. One is a fully guided lodge. It's called the Cedars Lodge. It's located right downtown Ketchikan on the waterfront. And then on the north end, we have Clover Pass Resort, which offers both guided and self-guided fishing options. And then Silver King Lodge is located just about 7 miles north of Clover Pass on Grant Island. and that's a self-guided fishing lodge. So for those,
right, and you got to take a boat to get there, and it's a beautiful place. It's I wouldn't say rustic because it's really nice, but it's if you really like to go fishing, it's awesome, and it's fairly quiet and great food. So just by yourself or take a group of people up there.
Yeah, we've hosted a bunch of your guys before, and always look forward to having them come up, and of course they've got lots of adventures and stories to tell about their
experiences
up here.
Oh yeah, we've been going up there I think pretty much every year for the last 15 years, and there's a reason for that. There's a lot of other places we could go, but I think as far as value, quality of fishing, the staff, you just can't beat it.
There's no way to beat it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And then Clover Pass Resort is about 20 minutes from the airport, and the van will pick you up. And it's all inclusive. I mean, all inclusive. If you're going to be buying drinks, then that's not included. And of course, tips and a fishing license. But, with the room tax, the fishing license and that, it's maybe about $100. And you're set and ready to go.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, it includes the ground transfers, meals and accommodations. It includes the fishing. So, if you want to go with the guide, you get set up with the guide. If you want to go out on your own, you get set up on your own. And then for those that are going on the bareboat option, then it includes all of the bait and tackle that and equipment that's necessary for your fishing trip.
Yep.
And then, of course, for all of our options, all the fish processing.
And what's cool about that is that you get a 20-foot Thunder Jet, and you can 4 people. You need 3 is good because you need one person to drive and one person to net all the fish and somebody else with a rod. But
to catch them.
Yeah, there you go. But the thing about that is you're the captain. It's your boat. You can go out in the morning and come back in for a hot lunch and go back out again and stay out for. Of course, it stays light up there and for a long time.
The most important thing you forgot to talk about is how wonderful the food is there, and that cook is great. I love her. Don't tell her I said that. My wife would kill me.
Well, our goal is to send you home 5 pounds heavier and with 50 pounds of fish in a box. So.
Well, that's probably about the way it averages out. And a lot of people will go up there and they'll come back with enough fish that they're that it more than paid for their trip. Of course, they're not going to sell it, but you get enough fillets to bring back that you actually paid for your trip.
And of course, you mentioned the self-guided option, and I think one of the things that's so great about that is that it really caters to, the most diehard fisherman that wants to be out first light every day and fish hard till, the end of the evening. And it also accommodates those people that really enjoy fishing but might want to, take the afternoon off and go on a hike, or they might want to sit on the porch or out on the deck and have a drink and read a book and just enjoy
or go into Ketchikan.
Yeah. It provides a lot of options. Obviously with the charter, you get on in the morning and you go fish hard all day and you come back at the end of the night, and they do really well. They're very successful fishermen, and that's a great option for people going out and finding fish. But the self-guided option just gives you a little bit more flexibility as well. So.
Well, another one I should
also sneak up to the lake, my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do have some lake fishing around here, and the float plane trip up to the lake is probably 90% of the experience. I mean, it's this fabulous country. It's untouched, and to get out in nature like that is some of these lakes and rivers that are around here, and are only accessible by float plane only get fished half a dozen times a year.
Yeah, well, that float plane, you're right. I mean, they don't fly real high, and they kind of skim through the mountains, and you look down and you can see the eyes of the goat looking at you.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah. And then you do have some of the remote lakes if you want to fly in, and it's interesting. We did a trip out in a float plane, and where the pilot wanted to go, he comes in, and there was another. It's a huge lake, probably 5 miles long, but there was another boat that was already there. So he says, "Not." Then he went to the next one.
Yeah, and that is how they do it. If they typically out in, at least in freshwater systems, when you're going on a remote trip, they won't fish where somebody else is for that day. So
yeah, we didn't mention the packaging. They did a tremendous job, and I've had fish for 2 years in the freezer from up there, and it was perfect.
Yeah, we got guys that are real professional fish filleters, and it's all filleted down into portion sizes and then vacuum pack for you to take back home. And as long as that seal on the backpack bag stays intact, it'll last a long time in the freezer.
Yeah, and it doesn't lose much, and even after a year. But it's if you want an adventure, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Primarily because Ketchikan is known as the salmon capital. That's the reason most people go. But there is, first of all, there's different kinds of fish. Halibut can be plentiful, but especially if you know where you're going, and lingcod, plenty of those. So it's, you got just a lot of variety, and you get on the boat, and about the farthest you're going to go is about 35, 40 minutes across to one of the islands. But there's so many islands up there. It's in so many lakes and creeks. I've been going out there a lot, and I still have to pay attention because, from a boat, it all looks the same.
Yeah, you do. You gotta be watching. But yeah, a lot of the fishing around the lodge and the resorts are close, and so you're not, making long runs to different places. And at least, a lot of guys will fish right off the dock at Clover Pass. They'll put in their gear and start fishing. So.
Well, I know one of the first times I went up there, I was by myself on a little skiff, and I, put my line out and just kind of getting ready to go fish, and all of a sudden, wham! And I go, what the heck? And I lost it. Apparently, I didn't tie the hook properly. But I go, shoot, I wasn't more than 30, 40 feet from the dock. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. It's a big thoroughfare right there for a lot of salmon running by there.
Yeah, they just come through, it's inland passage, but there's all the fish that are out, salmon that may go out hundreds of miles, and then when it's time for them to come in, they swim right past. It's like right on the edge of the freeway.
Absolutely.
And what's great about, you can walk out on the dock in the afternoon and watch the eagles grab fish.
Oh, yeah.
And the other thing you forgot, I love to sit there and watch the whales.
Well, frequently. I remember a couple of years ago, there was one right in front of the lodge. It stayed there for, I think 2 or 3 days. And it just bounced around, and of course, if they're there, then there must be some food there.
There's a lot of feed that runs through there, and we're talking about hosting one of your groups this fall, John, in September, or at the end of September. We do get a lot of whale activity in both spring and the fall, particularly with those whales moving north and then back down to Hawaii and Mexico for the winter, and it's pretty spectacular to be fishing and you're trolling your line for coho, and then you're watching these whales feeding all around you. It's pretty awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're out salmon fishing and there's a pod of orcas go by, you might as well forget it because they eat the salmon. And those salmon, all of a sudden, within seconds, they disappear. And
but when the humpbacks are there, a lot of times they're chomping through herring and everything, and the fish will feed on those balls right around where those whales are. So.
Yeah.
When the humpbacks are there, it doesn't seem to affect fishing like the orcas do.
Well, they don't eat the salmon like the orcas do. Yeah. But, and they're big animals. They can consume a lot.
The other thing you want to mention is it's a great place to take your wife if she doesn't want to fish every day. There's a lot of things to do right there. A lot of the places I go are out 100 miles from any civilization. But my wife says she's going to try Clover Pass this year or next year.
Yeah, well, as I said, you're only 20 minutes or so from downtown Ketchum, which is a very popular spot. It's for a lot of cruise ships. That's their first stop on the Inland Passage.
Hey, guys, we only got about a minute left in this segment, so any final thoughts with Russell, website information, anything like that?
Okay, Russell, it's go ahead and give that out. Don't worry about the phone number. Get your website out because once you get there, all the information is all you need. So the website
you can go to KetchikanAlaskaFishing.com or to CloverPassResort.com, and that's CLOV as in Victor, ER. So, we'll look forward to hosting you guys. Yeah.
All right, we'll be in touch. Thank you, Russell. Appreciate it.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
CloverPassResort.com.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back, and Frank and I will see if we can find something to talk about.
Listen how it's called to me. Places that I should be. I am fishing. Yeah. Come on, fishing. Yeah. Come on, fishing.
We have something new and exciting for all fishermen and fisherwomen, from 5 to 12-year-old boys and girls to teenagers and adults. Join the Unreal Fish Tales Fresh and Saltwater Fishing Club to get an amazing 50% discount on all Unreal rods and reels, 40% discount on all apparel, and 30% discount on all Unreal mounts. This monthly Fresh and Saltwater video contest has a cash prize up to $2,500. Members who join our Unreal Fish Tales Club anytime this holiday season will receive a free Unreal Fish Tales shirt or hat of their choice. Go to our website at unrealfishtales.com to join. It's unreal.
Fish have tails. Do you have an Unreal Fish Tale to share? Unreal Fish Tales wants to post it. Go to unrealfishtales.com. Real is spelled with a double E. Join the club and win big money with your short videos. No matter what, you win with half price on all quality reels and rods. Plus, huge discounts on accessories. Perfect gift for anglers. Check out the website now at unrealfishtales.com.
The Soft Science footbed absorbs the shock of pounding waves, engine vibration, and even rocky terrain. Soft Science shoes are roomy and relaxed, and they drain and dry quickly. Check out the Soft Science Fin fishing shoes and boots and the Fin H2O for kayaking and canoeing. They're lightweight, slip-resistant, and won't mark your deck. See the new styles for men and women and get your pair on at softscience.com. Used by fishermen who know where to get the best fishing gear around, AFTCO makes the highest quality fishing rod components worldwide. If it says AFTCO, you know you have a quality rod. Guy Harvey Clothing, the best outdoor clothing line anywhere, is also available through AFTCO. Longest lasting, functional, and best looking clothing you'll be proud to wear. Only the very best materials and workmanship. As soon as you put it on, you'll know the difference. Look for AFTCO at quality retailers or go to aftco.com. Fish on!
It's a big one.
For passionate sports fishermen who value first-class fishing experiences paired with personalized service and amenities, all-inclusive Salmon Falls Fishing Resort on the Inland Passage reinvents the Ketchikan fishing getaway. Guests enjoy exceptional gourmet cuisine, superior fishing excursions, fully guided charter or self-guided in center console boats accommodating 3 anglers, updated guest rooms and suites, on-site fishing processing to clean, freeze, and pack your catch. Rooms range from log cabin rustic to modern. Our 52 rooms offer the ultimate in comfort after a long day of sightseeing, fishing, and exploring Ketchikan. Non-anglers love Salmon Falls too. Shopping along Creek Street, kayaking, hiking, whale watching, or gathering around our fire pits with a hot beverage, all at prices less than expected. Just pull up Salmon Falls Resort in your search engine.
Oh, hey.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Hennigan.
Welcome back to Fish Hunt Talk. This is John Hennigan and our host, Frank Selby. Frank, let's take a couple of minutes first. And we just got off the phone with Russell Thomas. His family owns 3 resorts in Ketchikan. And we're planning on a trip. It looks like when I was talking to him, is we had it scheduled for July, but that's, because of circumstance, that's not working. So we're going to see if we can reschedule it for July 19th to the 23rd. Anybody's out there?
September. Oh, September. Yeah, that's right.
July was original.
It is a lot of fun. Every time I've went up there, we've had a lot of fun. We've caught fish, and you all paid me because you said I couldn't do it. But we got halibut. We got everything.
Yeah. Well, if I'm on the trip, of course it's going to be fun, right, Frank?
Yeah.
But anyway, let's finish the trip we've got put together in September 19th to the 23rd. That is the very, very peak of the silver salmon. Most of the lodges close the beginning of September. And the silvers are just, from in the months of September, they've been known to grow a pound a week. So you get them in, and then everything shuts down beginning of October. So to be able to sneak in there on the prime fishing, that would be great. You're going to come back with some good times, and more than likely a fair amount of couple boxes. Yeah. And that's good stuff, especially the way they prepare it, and you put it in the freezer for a year or 2 years, and it just comes out perfect.
Yeah, as long as you have a Sub-Zero, you can keep them for 3 or 4 years.
Well, you can, you keep it cold, you can, but after 2-3 years, it doesn't get freezer burn, but it's not quite the same quality. But after a year, it's almost as if it was freshly caught.
Usually, any refrigerator when they're vacuum packed will last about a year and a half. Sub-Zero keeps the exact same temperature 24/7.
Yeah. No, I've got a commercial packing machine, but they do a great job. I use a heavy bag, and so it doesn't. If they hit against each other, they don't cut, and then they don't leak, and let the air in so you don't get freezer burn. But anyway, we'd like to see some people get in touch with us and find out about the trip. We're going to try and keep the same price, which is almost free, $18.75. And generally speaking, when you fish anywhere in Alaska, you're usually looking to fund about $1,000 a day. And this one, if you get a paper route, you can afford to go.
Yeah.
And
I enjoy it a lot, and I enjoy the camaraderie with all the guys. And we have a mixed group, and it's always been fun.
Yep. Well, we'll see what we got now, because we just recently changed it. I didn't know until today what the dates were going to be. So July just wasn't working because, there's still people are afraid to travel at that time.
Well, guys, we've just got about a minute left. About a minute left if you want to start wrapping things up and kind of finish up.
All righty. Anyway, Frank, let's see if we can get some people to join us at Clover Pass Resort this year, September 19th to the 23rd, at $18.75 all inclusive, and that's crazy. Just got to get on an airplane and they get, you probably fly out of Seattle and then to Ketchikan, and then a van will pick you up and take you to the resort. It's only about 20 minutes away.
Pretty good deal.
It's a great deal. I'm looking forward to it now. All right.
Thank you,
Frank, I appreciate you coming on. And if anybody's looking for getting ready to do a trip or something and you want to start preparing, just let Frank know where you're doing and what kind of fishing, and he'll custom make flies that work.